Hello again, and welcome back to Right Man in the Wrong Place. My name is Luke Tatum. I react to music. I am so glad that you are here, choosing to spend some of your precious time with me. Today, we have another donation request. This time, it is from the band Health, and the song is called You Died from the Conflict DLC 2025. Conflict DLC is the album name, question mark? I don't know. So I actually have no idea what's going on. So this is a request from Thowoe or Thowo or Towo. I don't know. Anyway, thank you very much for the reaction request for the donation over on Buy Me a Coffee, which is in the description. And I super duper appreciate it. So let's check this out. I don't know the band The Health, or maybe that's the name of a game. I don't actually know. I don't know anything about this. So the note though is, hello, I'm a new subscriber from the Utsu P reaction video. I really enjoyed your breakdown of the hyper reality show, and I wish to share this song and video with you. I have been wanting to get a reaction of this video and the song because it makes me a bit sad, maybe in a good way. I just want to hear how other people find the video and the song. The lyrics might be a bit off-putting, but the video has real letters. The band asked to share letters to the people who they miss, including words they could have said to the people. Sorry if my explanation in English is horrible. I just hope you can hear the industrial goodness and the importance of the video. I just wish more people shared this online. So that sounds good to me. Let's do it. I'll find out as I go. And I do have the lyrics pulled up, but I have not read them. So let's see. How do I do this again? Yeah, my existing setup doesn't work. So like if you are a regular on the channel, this is what we're doing right now. Okay, I'm just popping it up right here. I can't get my multiple instances of OBS to work. Without any additional ado, let's go. Health. Okay, so we got very, very high contrast. Okay, okay. Wow, so yeah. People that are gone, people that have graduated, you might say. You know, I'm not going to probably pause because it looks like there's going to be a whole lot of this text from letters and stuff. I would encourage you to go find the original, which I always link the original source material, source video in the description. But so this is some pretty heavy stuff, right? Musically, it's got that kind of like 90s, early 2000s kind of like instant vibe, which I appreciate. I really like the sound of this. Little dark industrial. You know, this is definitely my genre, right? This is really good. Hmm. Okay, so there are captions. So, looking at the lyrics page I have on the other monitor, you're dead, I'll be like you, you'll be like me, I'll be dead too. We walked around the same streets. Yeah, we wanted the same things. Then we made plans and never spoke again. And so, heat, it does not appear to actually be a sung lyric. Sometimes YouTube subtitles will like take white noisy type sounds and say heat. So perhaps that's going to be too obnoxious. We'll see. Gosh, this is, what do I want to say about this? You know, the idea that like, if you're my age, you know, I'm in my 30s, mid 30s. And so the idea that like you One day you burned the last CD you were ever going to burn, and you didn't think anything of it, right? It's just you just didn't do it anymore, right? My computer doesn't even have an optical drive on it. And yet that used to be a key component, a critical aspect of life. It's like we were burning CDs left and right when I was in high school, you know? And it's that way with people, right? It's like you hang out with somebody, you spend time with them, and then it's like, well, I can't do that. My schedule changed. I got a new job. They moved, you got married, they got married, started dating a different person, schedules change, whatever, have a child, things happen. And it's just like you just don't do that anymore. You know, your Thursday night D&D game just isn't a thing. You just can't do it now. Your, going out for drinks. I don't drink, but going out to the bar or going out to whatever it is that you do, your fishing buddy, your whatever, your thing that you did together, you just don't at a certain point. And so there, this song is thick with that regret, and that very bassy sound kind of reinforces that. It's very grounding to have a lot of low pitches, right? Kind of, it's not a high melody. It's not a, overture talking about a grand adventure. This is a rooting song, and it pulls you down. It's sucking you towards the earth. There's a gravity and a gravitas to this. And so, we're all of a sudden someone's gone, they've passed away. And it's like, that thing that we used to do, that time that we used to spend together, even if you weren't doing that anymore, now you can't, right? So let's keep listening. It's really, really powerful. Yeah, the captions are not doing it for me. Okay. And there's definitely an undertone of like drugs and alcohol and some of these other activities, so it's kind of like it's got a certain edginess to it in that way, where it's not just, hey, you don't see your friends anymore. It's like, hey, we did some crazy stuff, right? We had some things that happened with us, we shared some experiences, and they were crazy. It's the kind of things that maybe we shouldn't have even done, but time catches up to all of us, right? That sort of a vibe. And it's perhaps the song is from a place of just wallowing in that, and just saying, what is the point? I don't feel this way, you know what I mean? But it's a question that sometimes you may find yourself in a position that you have to ask, what is the point of this life, right? What is the point? Because at the end, we're all, in the same circumstance, right? You've seen the image of, the skeleton of a rich person, the skeleton of a poor person, the skeleton of a, Christian, the skeleton of a Buddhist, whatever. They're all the same. They look the same, right? At the end, we're all just bones, right? And, yeah, we're getting into another verse here, so. So So we're telling a story visually too, where, you've got this idea of tattooing the line from the song, the chorus, onto your arm or onto your body in some place. And, giving that sort of permanence, this reminder that you don't want to forget, this person that you used to be friends with, that used to be around, that you wish you could still be friends with. And then you have it move from that to this person who's covered in tattoos, right? So the covering in tattoos is, just think how many people you have outlived that you used to be around. And again, it's a little dark, it's a little morbid, it's a little just, you should really consider moment to moment what you're doing with your time. Are you fulfilling your purpose? Are you doing what you need to do while you are given the gift of life, right? That's the positive aspect of this. And if you're not, then it's a negative aspect, right? Get out there and start doing what you're supposed to do. The verse was, I wish I'd been a better friend, did better things. I wish I could say I did something that made me different. And so, given that now in retrospect, I can see how short our time together would be, I wish I had done things differently. Well, if you feel that way, act differently today. I think that's the lesson you have to take from this. Be better now. Don't wait for an excuse, because you don't know what tomorrow brings. I work in finance and life insurance and that kind of stuff. I talk about this every day, We do not know the future. It is silly to plan like you do. And yet everyone does this with their finances, right? Oh, yeah, I know exactly what's going to happen over the next 70 years. No, you don't. So. It's interesting putting it on a tattoo as well because, flesh is an impermanent thing. It says it'll come soon. Maybe sooner than you expect, sooner than you would want, right? We don't get to choose how long our lives are. You can live healthy, but you don't have control. Kind of a breakdown here at the end. Some of these letters are very intense. The scrawl of the lettering is, you will love each other. Okay, I'm going to take this off. Here we go. So, yeah, this has almost got, like I say, kind of that dark industrial energy, which I really like. I like writing, even, playing around in Ableton Live and putting together music. I like writing stuff that's like this, that kind of has like a minor diminished, or even Phrygian mode that's kind of got this like sort of veiled threat sort of energy to it. And, so it's very good in that way. The project, the sort of concept song of this too, though, I really ultra appreciate that, because sending in letters, collecting regrets to produce a piece of art like this, it's really, really, really powerful stuff. And, there have been other things. I think even the Blue Man Group grabbed a bunch of like papers out of, what did they do? This is a long time ago that I learned about this. They grabbed papers that were just fluttering around in Central Park, I think it was. And they kind of did a whole thing out of that. It's really interesting, right? It's really interesting to take slices of life and sort of compile and just sort of see what emotions may still resonate from these sorts of slices of life. Again, I'm going to use that term again. And so, yeah, I like this. I don't have a whole lot to say about the music because it is sort of understated, right? It's a sound wall, it's an atmosphere, the percussion and everything. It's somewhat kind of underwater in a sense, and it serves the topic well. So yeah, health, very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. I dig it. I'd be down to listen to more health for sure. Thoreau, I really appreciate your donation. I really appreciate this, and I hope you liked the reaction. If you have a reaction, a donation request that you would like to make, I do those on Monday and Wednesday. Now that I'm back in action, and you can do that over at Buy Me a Coffee, link in the description. You can make any request anytime, and I'll randomly draw them on Fridays. You can do that in the description as well. There's a Google form down there too. But it's been a blast to spend some time with you. I hope you have a wonderful week. And until next time, the right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world. See you then.